Hello ladies, my lovelies, my friends. Thank you for viewing today. Today I would like to talk to you about what happens when you heat style your hair. Now, a lot of people say, oh, well, if I don't, use a curling iron, if I don't use a straight iron, if I don't, straighten my hair, then, my hair just looks terrible. And then after a while, they start saying, oh, my hair is really crispy, it's dry, it's rough, it feels like straw. Tati was talking about that earlier. A few videos ago, something like that. She was talking about, like why she was going to try this new oil in her hair because her hair felt like straw to her. It was really getting fried. Well, she straightens her hair a lot. It kind of made me think, well, what don't people know about styling their hair? Well, first of all, this is a flat iron. Okay, there are different styles, but this one is a Revlon ceramic satin. Now, none of this has been sponsored. Nobody gave me anything. I'm just telling you this stuff because I love you, okay? That's a really good flat iron, by the way. The Revlon ones work really well. Nice round brush with the metal base. Not the wooden ones. The ones with the metal base are the ones that get the work done. And this is a Conair Instant Heat. We've all gone out in the sun, top of our head got warm and stuff like that, and that's the sun beating down on it. And we all know the sun can get pretty hot. And that's not what I'm talking about. That's just natural. When you use a curling iron, this one has a dial on it, so you can change. See if I can get it up closer so you can see it. Focus. There you go. This one has a turbo, so it'll heat up faster. Okay, so this one has 25 numbers on here. Well, up to 25. Setting is number 25. Okay. And this is the kind of curling iron I recommend because you can choose the setting that is effective for your hair. If you are going to heat treat your hair, you have to be aware that your hair is made up of three major things: oil, water, and protein. Keratin, to be specific. Okay, so when you heat your hair up, everything expands. The cuticle layer, which is the outer layer of the hair, curls up. Okay, it curves up, and then when it cools down, it lays back down again. This is natural and normal. It's supposed to happen. When you apply a curling iron to your hair, the first thing it does is it heats up, curls up that cuticle layer, and then the oil and the water in your hair start to boil, which is why your hair starts to feel fried after a while. That cuticle layer lifting and going down, lifting and going down, eventually they're going to lift and break off, and that's why it feels rough. Because right now your hair kind of feels like it's smooth, right? It's got a silkiness to it. The microscopic view of the human hair is it looks like a whole bunch of scales are laying down, and they're all laying down in one direction. When you color treat your hair, heat treat it, when you wash it way too often, like if you're washing your hair 2 or 3 times a day, girl, you are going to destroy your hair. Keep it cut short, okay? But everything that you do to it disturbs that cuticle layer just a little bit. But when you've heat styled your hair so much, you've boiled that oil and that moisture, the moisture is going to be the first to leave. Water vaporizes at a low heat, okay, in comparison to oil. Now, oil will be the next thing to go. So when you heat style your hair, you're using a flat iron. Flat irons are notoriously very hot heat styling tools. They get hotter. Excuse me, my eye is watering. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Curling irons can get pretty darn hot, just like Marcel curling irons. If you've never seen a Marcel, go down to Sally and ask them to see one. They're amazing. You've got the flat iron, which gets a lot hotter than the average curling iron. Why? Because it needs to take all that curl out, which is very resilient, especially if your hair is naturally curly. And it has to pull it straight down and make your hair flat and straight in one shoot, one swoop, okay? It can't do that if it doesn't get really, really, really hot. So if you're flat ironing your hair, you are hitting your hair with the hottest tool you possibly can. Your hair is going to get fried if you straighten it all the time. So chill out on that a little bit. And I'm not saying don't do it, but you know, they have heat protectants and stuff like that that you can spray in your hair. I say go with it, but it's really not going to do much because you know what? That heat stylant is going to boil when you hit it with heat. So remember, when you hit your curling iron, you know, when you get that hair and you put it in the curling iron, you say, all right, I'm going to curl my hair up like this, and then you see the steam come up. That's the water leaving your hair. That's not smoke. That's water. All the moisture is leaving your hair. Okay, so every time you wash your hair, of course, you get it wet, there's water. It soaks in. Some of it will stay, most of it will evaporate, and that is fine. But what's the problem with boiling the natural oils that are already in your hair? People think after a while of shampooing and conditioning, you shampoo to get the dirt off, you condition to replenish the moisture, right? But they're not leaving oil in the hair. You boil that oil, it's going to eventually start vaporizing with the water. And it's going to leave your hair, and your hair's going to get dry. And it's going to feel like straw. I'm going to teach you how to make a hair treatment oil. If you insist on heat styling, you're probably looking at it and thinking, why on earth would I want to put that in my hair? It's black. And the reason it's dark green is because of this. This is Tamanu oil. Okay, Tamanu oil, T-A-M-A-N-U oil. It's very dark green. It's pretty expensive stuff. I think it's like $14 an ounce or something like that. Fret not, you won't be using all of it all at once. Get yourself some argan oil, okay? A-R-G-A-N, argan or argan oil, okay? I've heard it pronounced both ways. These two oils are very, very fine, thin, dry oils, okay? So they soak into the skin, they soak into your natural nails, they soak into your hair. They're great for application around the crow's feet and around the side of the mouth, okay? They're generally considered non-comedogenic. Now you can use carrier oils, like sweet almond oil is a good one, but I recommend green tea seed oil. That one is also a very nice, fine, thin oil. It's going to soak into your skin. It'll soak into your hair. It won't soak into your natural nails. But that's okay. It's going to be your carrier oil. And you can also use grapeseed oil. So I use grapeseed oil, green tea seed oil, Tamanu oil, and argan oil in my hair. And how you make this puppy is you make 1 part Tamanu oil. So like, let's say 1 tablespoon of Tamanu oil, 2 tablespoons of argan oil, 3 tablespoons of grape seed oil. I can do this, I swear. Grapeseed oil, and then 3 tablespoons of green tea seed oil. So 1, 2, 3, 3. Okay, and you mix those together really, really well. And then you're going to take a few drops, I'm thinking 2 or 3, in your hair, and this is good for any and all hair types. Any and all. I'm talking if your hair is like mine and it's baby fine, super white girl hair, or you can go all the way to the coarsest Eskimo hair, okay? If your hair is all crazy dry, you get this stuff, you put 2-3 drops in your hair, you rub your hands together and you run it through your hair, okay? And you put it anywhere that your hair is dry. You can massage it into your scalp. It's very good for your scalp. It's good for your face. It's good for all sorts of things. Now, please always allergy test before you apply it on a large scale. So, you like find a spot like here, someplace you can look at very easily, quite frequently. That's also kind of on a sensitive spot, but if it got inflamed, it wouldn't be the end of the world, okay? And you just put a little dab on the inside of your elbow, and you leave it. And 48 hours later, if you haven't had a reaction to it, you're probably not going to, go ahead and apply it on a large scale. This stuff is amazing. After 1 treatment, you put it on at night, You leave it in your hair overnight. You wash it out in the morning with something like, I recommend Ren Pure Argan Oil shampoo and conditioner. These are very good. Some people don't like the fragrance. My sister doesn't like the fragrance, but I do. It smells so good. Don't use anything that has sodium lauryl or sodium laureth sulfate in it. Not good for your hair, okay? But anyway, shampoo that out and condition right afterward. You can also use that cleansing conditioner. That stuff is really good. And my hair is permed, okay? I use a permanent wave in my hair. And my hair is fine and thin. I would say it's fine and medium, which means that each hair strain is very, very tiny and very delicate, and my hair breaks super easy. I've got a perm. I used this. My hair is silky now. So I say once or twice a week, okay, or use as needed. Don't use it every day. It really shouldn't be that bad because you're only going to apply it in the areas where your hair is saying, I have no oil, I have no moisture, the protein is breaking down, this is bad, I'm fried, help me. This is where you're going to put the oil, okay? And, there are some very, very expensive oils out there on the market, and there are some darn cheap ones, okay? This is mid-level in expense, and it is the best. All right, so argan oil, tamanu oil, and green tea seed oil are the oils that I recommend the highest. They're absolutely fantastic. Now remember, when you heat treat your hair, the oil and the water boil. You're boiling your hair. So the lowest heat setting possible, if you can dial, take a few tests. Turn it up only until it's effective, and then leave it at that setting, and don't use it any hotter. And don't do it in between, like some people will do flat iron numerous times a day. Don't do that. And you know what? Go ahead and use your heat treatment and use your reconstructive conditioners, but just because your hair feels dry doesn't mean that it has no water. It could mean that there's no effective oil left. So, okay, I hope I helped you out. Please feel free to comment. Let me know what you're thinking. Subscribe and like. Love ya. Bye-bye.